Hello? Hello? Mary, Mary, don't bother me, Mary, okay? I know I'm going to be a little nervous. I should take it easy. I had Mary. I don't like to have Mary very late at night and I'm all alone. But you know what? When I'm painting on the floor and I can do it because that rush out of this world. I'm not in this world. If somebody comes to the door and tells me something stupid, like I won't even care. So there's a big party going on. There's $1 million down the street. Well, then bring it to me because I got something more important to say. Inside of me, if I don't flush what's inside of me, if I don't flush the toilet, a flush is 5 of the same color. So you either have 5 blacks or you have 5 reds. Are you playing in cards? Because if you have 5 blacks and 5 reds, you can choose what you want. You said you had a flush. If you're sitting on the toilet, you have a royal flush. When you sit on the toilet, you have a royal flush because your 1 and 2 system of your 2 body is go for 5. You open your mouth, you breathe, and you go to the bathroom. You cannot go to the bathroom unless you can breathe. You open your mind, you empty everything out in order to flush your system, flush the toilet. Why don't you flush the toilet? So to be flush. But now I just heard I'm busy painting in the other room. They had to bother me. And the radio said something so crazy. This amount of shots they took, they never announce it. There's still a minute to go in the period. They're talking about shots. I'm listening to the number of shots. All of a sudden, which team was the NHL's 8th team, and then 20-minute period is over, and they finish 40 minutes of play. I knew there was 1 goal scored. That means 2 guys can have an assist. If one doesn't, the other that one doesn't. We know he did it all on his own. So therefore, he's not in the same world. He's just a scorer, and a scorer is only the light. Because it always shoots in, and it always hits the net. Neptune's net, Charlotte's web, creation, heaven, omega of time. Charlottes, the lots of man, the stalls, the slots of lots of slots. The barnyard, the hold man's horses. Why I'm so excited tonight is because, for me, it's a newcomer. And I'm not saying anything to the other ones. Eminem, Hey Jude, it's a new day after all. And all that stuff she's got, holy crap. But my XL went down and I can't pick it up. You wanted to tell, I'll tell you one thing. I'm really a bozo. Even when I shave, look, I cut it here, I cut it here, I missed the front. I'm coming on because the hockey game said drones. They're coming in drones, the hockey game said. I never hear them say that. And when they say something, if your mind is not guided from within your own thinking, your thought processing, when it hears drones, it can go over your head. But I know it makes a difference. And I had to announce it that it came on radio. We know it's about space. We also know it was mentioned tonight, and I did something very rare. I went out with my son's mother to the movies. Holy crap. Thank God I don't live with that lady. Oh my God. Always she wants to take the hard way. Turn right. There's 90 cars for Sirius in front of us. Turn right. There's nobody. Everybody's going left. Turn. No. I'll follow the crowd. She sneaks popcorn into the movie and a drink. And then expects me not to buy anything. I heard drones on the radio. They talked of Los Angeles. I know there were a bigger team now. There's the XL June away. St. Jew. She's the runner of the Spirit Gates. She's just making sure she doesn't let out too much, or she doesn't want to take in too little. She keeps herself guided on the wheels of the train. The gravy train for the dog-D-dog world. We are in 2662, but we don't have 2626. It's Earth 262652. We have 28 and 24 on the piano. We can have 29 and 23 on the piano. If we have 29 and 23 on the piano, it's very simple. We have B, which is the beta world, okay, and we have C. we have the 23rd key, which is a B. So it's 232. We got the bones, 322 skull bones. 322 can also be sitting at go on number 3, 2 to my left, 2 to my right. That's all you have in the number system. If you're sitting on 3, it's 2 to your right and 2 to your left. Unless you turn the board, then you now have 2 below you, 1 on each side of you, and then skip 1 on each side of you again, putting the tic-tac-toe board on an angle. Don't forget the tic-tac-toe board comes here only in creation. When you have 9, can you bring number 3? And when you bring 1, you bring 3. You bring 3 for 3 for 3 for all. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. A pig with 18 titties, 1 and 8. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals 8 and 9. 8 and 9 are the same letter. They're H and I. Do you want to see you have to, the way you design that? And it all came to me when I heard about the drones. So all of a sudden, I'm up and I'm out of bed. This is the way H and I has to be made, okay? When you come to build the game, you can build Z and you can build the N within its own square because they go corner to corner. I'm either online or I'm running to a corner, not in between. I won't be halfway in because that'll be a jiggly line because it's an open line. I'm creating my own space like opening lips. But you can't cut this unless you cut it the way it is. This N and Z equals to 40, okay? This machine here, Z and X is 50, A and S is 20, 17 and 23, here's your 40. The queen and the W, the 2, 3, and the 1, 7 creation, because that's exactly the way it starts. 1, 7, 2, 7, 3, 7, 3, 6. You don't have to go back to 2 because in every 3 there's another 2. The only time you go back to Q, okay, like I said, you don't have to. Once the one man is the spirit light. 2 and 3 is the creation of 2 and 3, and 2 and 3, because man's already 2 and 2. Where was I? I'm all over the place. There's so much stuff to do. But I just want to say, see the truth, Janu, Mark, and the others who comment and slightly take part, but not as much. Jan, and what is it, Gail, and I always forget your name for sure, not you, the other one behind you, right beside you. Tell him to move over. That guy over there. What's his name? George. And sometimes Christopher's on with us, right, Christopher? You're from Illinois, right, Christopher? I couldn't forget Illinois. I thought we were going to Kentucky. He says no. Kentucky is $260. I go, it is? He says, yeah. I said, let's go to Marvin Gardens. So I opened up my head. I went inside. I was on Marvin Gardens, right inside my head. It takes weed to run it. You got to know which world you're in. Do you think I would ever talk like this? I couldn't even get a 50-word essay done without saying, okay, when are we going bowling? You know what I'm saying? The only time I got a high score in life is when I went bowling. My average was 172. Oh, it's just about my whole life. Alpha, beta on the gates. All the time on the picket fence of the 7th gate. Because once you fall off the gate of the picket fence, well, the picket fence in French stands for a pick, a spade, the gold and the silver, disconnecting the spirit from this world. The soul is gone. The death has come to us. You have an electronic brain in here connected to the soul brain, the mushy stuff, the bones, the vibrations. When we walk, we ignite the power within us. We start to get hot because the system is on a roll. A little bit of hot, boiling water inside of us. Radiators and alternators and transmissions. We have a motor to go, and her buns are hot. How would you like me to serve it? With the bacon or not? Yeah, I'm just so excited for the people that have, you know, there's only 5 of them or 6 of them right now that I see, but I see tons around us that are doing even more precise jobs, like Mr. Kathy. His job is very precise, but he's telling a more reduced story. So if I went his way, first of all, I'd have to practice and learn his way. He's got a fantastic way. I like it. I see different within, but he's got a fantastic way, and I do understand it, but it can go deeper than that. And only reason he can go deeper is because he already went to the first level. Now, once we start asking questions, if he wants, he can go deeper into his work. But he's got so much, and he's pretty precise, and he keeps it in a small box, so you know what, there's always openings, but there's openings in every one. But he condensed it into a well put together. Every time I look at his video, and it's not very many, I'm sorry guys. But anyways, this is for Eminem. Here you're at the plate. Here's first base, second base, third base. Here's the dugout. What's the number of this dugout? If this was low shoe, okay, then when you tilt over like a sexy person like this on one hand like this, you have to tilt over like this to say where you are. No? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Well, there goes. There goes the heat. You're like this because this is basically your pillow. We're all supposed to be triangular. So your hand to your face to your nose, okay? One side of you leans over, and then we measure what angle we're on. So I take my camera and my arm, and let me see, and I do this. So this is basically the angle of our world, just like this, okay? But I prefer the other side because I can see myself watching TV for hours like this. You ever see yourself sitting back in your seat and you're like this? Why is it so good? If everything was supposed to be like this, why do we feel better like this? Our world has a curve in it, okay? And it has a curve in it because it's always going to have a curve in it. So no matter what it is, once you see the way one is in, one is out, you always want to be filling in some sort of space. The jagged keeps you in line. If it was flat, it wouldn't screw on you. I couldn't explain it. It's like somehow when you walk through it, it turns this way space. Anyways, yeah, I'm just so happy that, yeah, Jen, and I got those two things. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you. I can't tell anybody anything. I don't know anything. Whatever I know is because I'm doing a lot of stuff. I write a lot of stuff. Does anybody know what this is? It's a heart. Look, it's a heart. But then I turned it upside down and I drew another heart. This happens to be the belly buttons and the tail. No legs. Okay? They're kissing. They've put two eyes together, that's the beak. That can be their star. Somehow there's a chance that two worlds are tied together at the star of the belly button. The electronic world and the fleshy world of the soul. What are the differences of the two? Apparently, the person who runs the soul world, it's basically, what would a soul world be all about? Everybody wants to live and stay young, right? So what do? Grind it up. Throw it back into the earth and let it grow again. And then eat it and shit it out. And back into the earth again. And we live and we live and we live. And I'm just a piece of enzyme of some sort. Some kind of terrible, terrible, terrible disease. But I keep growing and dying and growing. Never really know when I'm going to die. But I'm always eating and always eating up somebody. Everybody's naked in my world, and I keep on coming back. So that's the world of the soul. To want to be able to grow, to have the ego to live. Nobody knows of respect because it's totality. It's a situation where everybody must live. Then there's the other way. There's the do or die on the pie. Does anybody know how to say corn on the cob?